cannot remember a day where I was happy as a child. Violence was a part of my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. We'd wake up in the middle of the night and my father would just be standing at the end of the bed just with a knife. I'd sit there and just pray, wondering whether we were going to make it through the next day. I watched him pour gasoline over my brother and try and light him on fire. Rugby league was my first love and was a band-aid for all the horrors I was going through at home.
Here's CJ Bloomfield.
I played 2 seasons for the Gold Coast Titans in the National Youth Competition and suffered a serious knee injury at just 19. I remember my coach at the time saying, "Oh, nah, it's all right. You probably weren't going to make it until you were 26 anyway." The way he said it broke me. I knew love by playing rugby league. So when I had that ripped away from me, it just went downhill for me. Every single thing that I had been through as a child, all the violence and the trauma started to engulf me. I just needed the camaraderie again. Like I needed that sense of belonging. So, I joined the Bikie gang. My aspirations was just to be the baddest human being that I could possibly be. I was frontline when it came to anything violent. Every single time before I'd go out to do something, I'd call my mum just to tell her I loved her. Because I knew that dying was a strong possibility. I quickly became the leader of the Bikie gang. I felt invincible. Because besides my father, there was nothing at all in this world that I was scared of. I was arrested at 24 for 2 counts of extortion, a bashing and a stabbing, and was facing a mandatory 23 years in prison. And that period of time was where it all just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like I was fighting that many demons. I remember calling my mum, bawling my eyes out. She still has no idea that on the other side of that phone call, I'd have a loaded .38 snub nose. The voices in my head saying, "Do it. Do it." My mother suffered a minor heart attack. And I remember racing back to my unit and I made a promise that I was going to find peace and happiness. And then my life changed forever. I got a message from a film producer friend of mine. I hadn't spoke to him for 5 years, and he wanted me to be in his movie. I cannot explain to you the feeling that engulfed my entire being when I opened this script. I remember opening it and saying, "This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is what I was born to do, to act." This is why I've gone through every single thing that I've gone through in my life. I want to be the hope for everybody out there that has lived a similar childhood to mine. I want people to look at me and say, "Look where CJ is. If he can do it, we can do it." I used my time in jail to envision exactly who I wanted to be when I got out. My body was incarcerated, but my mind wasn't. I was the happiest person in that prison. I dreamt of the agent I wanted, the acting school that I had to go to, and I made both of them happen when I got out. I started auditioning and made my acting debut on an ABC show. Nothing was going to stop me. I know I'm going to make it.